Hello, this is the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Thank you so much for tuning into this video in which we will look at factorizing non-monic quadratic trinomials. So we're still looking at quadratic trinomials that you're familiar with. Quadratics because they have an x squared term, trinomials because they have 3 terms. So in a previous video, we learned a pretty simple method to factorize them, where you find 2 numbers that multiply it to this and add to this. Unfortunately, that doesn't work when the quadratics are non-monic. So non-monic means this coefficient of x squared is not equal to 1. So any quadratic trinomial can be written as ax squared plus bx plus c. A is the coefficient of x squared, b the coefficient of x, and c the constant term. So non-monic means a does not equal 1. The number in front of x squared is not 1. Or in other words, there's a number written in front of x squared. Okay, so how do we do this then if we can't use our method of sum and product? Well, unfortunately, we also can't use highest common factor for quadratics like these. What we were doing in the past, taking out a common factor of 2 won't work here because 2 doesn't go into negative 13. Similarly, 12 doesn't go into negative 7. We need a totally new method to factorize quadratics like these. And this is the method here. There are quite a lot of steps and it is a bit complicated, so a lot of practice needed. So if I want to factorize something like this, it is a non-monic quadratic trinomial. There are no common factors. I start with these 6 steps. So I have AC is A times C. It's 2 times 20, so it's 40. So that's the first step done. Now the second step says I need to find 2 numbers that multiply, that times to AC and add to B. 2 numbers that multiply to 40 and add to negative 13. So those numbers are actually negative 5 and negative 8. So the third step is split up B accordingly. This is B, negative 13. What we do is we split up negative 13x using these 2 numbers. So what we have is 2x squared. That hasn't gone anywhere, but we split up the negative 13x as negative 8x minus 5x. Now, when you're splitting up B, it doesn't matter the order in which you write it. It wouldn't matter if I wrote negative 5x here and negative 8x there. Okay, so step 3 is done. So now what we do is we factorize the first 2 terms using highest common factor. So the highest common factor of the first 2 terms is 2x. So 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times negative 8 is negative 4. Now I factorize the last 2 terms, negative 5x plus 20. So if this one's negative, take out a negative factor. So negative 5 goes out the front, negative 5 times x is negative 5x, and negative 5 times negative 4 equals 20. Now, if you have done this correctly, these 2 brackets should be the same, and that allows you to do step 6, which is use highest common factor. For this and this, the highest common factor is precisely what's in the brackets, x minus 4. So we write it out the front. And what goes in the brackets, the second brackets, is just what's left. 2x minus 5. Because x minus 4 times 2x gives you that. X minus 4 times negative 5 gives you that. So this is our final answer. If you were to expand this using FOIL, you get this. All right, let's try another example. Let's look at this one here. 12x squared minus 7x minus 12. So the first step is to calculate AC. So 12 times negative 12 is 144. Sorry, negative 144. So now we need to find 2 numbers that multiply to negative 144 and add to negative 7. So it's not an easy thing to do. Going through factors of 144, 12 and 12 won't work, but 16 times 9 is 144. So what we do is we are going to split up the middle term as negative 16x plus 9x. So the reason that we chose those 2 numbers, negative 16 and 9, is because negative 16 plus 9 is negative 7. Negative 16 times 9 is negative 144. So now I factorize the first 2 terms. So they have a common factor of 4x. So 4x times 3x gives 12x squared. 4x times negative 4 gives negative 16x. All right, these two terms, 9x and negative 12, they have a common factor of 3. So 3 times 3x is 9x, 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. So as I said before, these two brackets should be the same unless you've done something wrong. So now we use highest common factor again. The highest common factor of this and this is 3x minus 4. And then what goes in the second bracket, just what's left over, 4x plus 3. So this is our final answer, because if you were to expand this using FOIL, you would get our original expression. All right, thank you so much for tuning into this video. This has been the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Have a great day.